Good morning. It's so nice to wake up to this gorgeous view. I'm paying about $170 a night, and just the view alone makes it worth the price. I actually checked the price for 3 to 4-star hotels, and they range between $150 to $200 a night. So I'm very happy with this place so far. As I mentioned yesterday, tap water cannot be used for cooking, drinking, or even brushing teeth, according to some. So they either have a water supply company deliver it periodically or purchase this large water jug called a garrafón at the general store. This one-bedroom apartment is on the 12th floor with high-speed Wi-Fi, a large flat-screen TV, and pretty much everything I need to spend a week comfortably. The building is located right by the roundabout called Cibeles Plaza, with the Fountain of Cibeles in the center. Also, as I mentioned yesterday, I went to a very small Japanese grocery store and bought ingredients to prepare a Japanese-style breakfast. I noticed two things while I was preparing it. First, the quality of the eggs. I saw a dozen eggs priced around 40 to 70 pesos. I bought the 60 peso package, and when I cracked one open this morning, the yolk immediately broke. About 1 in every 2 eggs was like that, and even if the yolk didn't break, it had an uneven color and didn't look very fresh. Second, due to the high altitude of the city, water boils at a lower temperature, so rice needs to be cooked in a pressure cooker to turn out properly. I had to try several times to get it right. This place is so comfortable, I have to force myself to go out. Otherwise, I will stay here all day. This neighborhood, or Colonia as they call it, is Roma Norte, an upper-class area. This, along with the neighboring colonias of Roma Sul and La Condesa, is known for being trendy and also at the center of the city's culinary scene. Condesa and Roma have wide, tree-lined streets filled with trendy bars, shops, cafes, and restaurants. Reforma and Zona Rosa are known for their shopping and nightlife, as well as growing Korean community and restaurants. And Polanco is known for its affluent neighborhoods, luxury shops, and high-end restaurants. Most high-end hotels are concentrated in the Polanco and Reforma areas. Well, let's go outside, take a walk around the plaza, and head to the historic center to see what this great city has to offer. This roundabout is actually called Madrid Plaza, but locals refer to it as Plaza de Cibeles. The statue is a replica of the Fountain Madrid's famous Fuente de Cibeles, and it was donated by the community of Spanish residents in Mexico as a symbol of brotherhood between Mexico City and Madrid. This area, called Colonia Roma, was originally planned as an upper-class neighborhood, but it has slowly declined, and the 1985 Mexico City earthquake caused widespread deterioration. but in the 21st century, the area has revived with gentrification, and in 2011, the fountain was renovated and re-inaugurated. Here I spotted a Yakult man instead of the famous Yakult lady on the street. Yakult is a Japanese probiotic milk beverage that is very popular in Japan, Asia, and Latin America. In Japan, Yakult ladies are well known for selling it door to door, but I didn't expect to see one in Mexico City. There are many street vendors selling tacos and other street foods throughout the city, and they are very popular all day. I'm sure they are inexpensive and delicious, but I've heard so many bad stories about getting Montezma's revenge from eating at one of those street vendors. I wish I could try them, but the last thing I need is to get sick while I'm traveling. Let me talk a little about the local currency. After getting a small amount of pesos at the airport, I will get more from an ATM at a large bank in the city. There are also many ATMs at small shops and on street corners, but I will use one at a large bank for security, to avoid scams, and often for better exchange rate. Credit cards are widely accepted at large shops and mid to high-end restaurants, but small shops and street vendors are mostly cash only. Also, stores will often refuse to accept large bills due to a lack of change, so it's good to carry many small bills like 20 or 50 pesos. Also, let me talk about the restroom situations while we're at it. You will often see a sign or sometimes a flag with a comical design such as this throughout the city. When you need to use one of these, you will typically need to pay the attendant 5 to 6 pesos. In return, they will hand you a small piece of toilet paper and allow you to pass through the gate. And in many public places such as museums, large parks, and historical sites, you may find free public restrooms, but toilet paper is often missing. Additionally, in most public restrooms, including the ones where you have to pay to enter, you will usually find just a toilet bowl without a seat. It's a good idea to carry a pack of wet wipes and some toilet papers with you. Gas stations are another reliable place to find public bathrooms, but you will often need to insert a 5 peso coin into a machine to gain access. So I highly recommend carrying some small coins, particularly 1 and 5 pesos. The best place to get change is at a convenience store called OXXO, which you can find on almost every corner throughout the city. You can buy a bottle of water and get some change. Now let's take a ride to the historic center. Zocalo is probably the first place any tourist will visit in the city. There was once a plan to erect a column as a monument to independence, but only the base, or Zocalo in Spanish, was built. For years, only the Zocalo remained, and eventually it was buried, but the name lived on. There are many decorations on the walls facing the square. I believe these are for the Independence Day celebrations, which were just a few weeks ago, and they will also be part of the decorations for the Day of the Dead on November 2nd. It is truly a stunning square, surrounded by the Metropolitan Cathedral, the National Palace, and several federal buildings. Construction of the Metropolitan Cathedral began in 1573, soon after the Spanish conquest of Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital, and its location is next to the Templo Mayor, the Aztecs' most important religious site. The design was inspired by Spanish Gothic style, but due to the long construction period, just under 250 years, it incorporates a number of styles popular during that time, such as Baroque, Neoclassical, and Gothic. Well, it's almost time for lunch. I have a very special restaurant in mind, and it's at the top of this corner building. Did Did you watch the 2015 James Bond movie Spectre? In the film's opening scene, there is a Day of the Dead festival parade and the action starts at the hotel facing the Zocalo. And that hotel is the Grand Hotel, which is known for its lobby with a stained glass ceiling and its Terrace restaurant. Also, one would assume that the Day of the Dead parade in the movie is a centuries-old tradition in the city. However, there was no such parade like the one in the film in Mexico City. Traditionally, Dia de los Muertos is celebrated in households or cemeteries where families connect with their departed loved ones. The parade in the movie was a pure Hollywood creation. But after the film's release, there are many inquiries about when and where that parade takes place. And as a result, the government decided to organize an actual Day of the Dead parade in 2016. Thanks to that idea, it now attracts over 2 million people and has become one of the city's most important events of the year. The stained glass ceiling is spectacular and a must-see. This is the Grand Hotel Terrace. It was lunchtime and I came in without a reservation. I was worried it might be packed and that there would be no table available for me, but it was empty. I guess I was one of the first for lunchtime and the price might be a little high for locals, but I just love this view and the atmosphere of this restaurant. The margarita they recommended is the size of my face, and they gave me extra tequila in a glass.
¿Crema de qué?
Crema de frijol.
Frijol.
This looks like cocoa or chocolate, but it's actually bean soup.
Parecido al color.
It is delicious.
El color
Pero no.
parece, pero no.
Pero no chocolate. Gracias.
Provecho.
Gracias.
This dish is called chiles en nogada. It is a classic Mexican dish of poblano chiles, stuffed with a meat filling, covered in walnut cream sauce, and topped with pomegranate seeds and crushed nuts. This national dish is often served during Independence Day celebrations. And the walnut cream was amazing. I had a huge margarita, a delicious full-course meal with great presentation, a stunning view, and a sophisticated atmosphere. And the bill was just a little over $50. I think it's a steal. And the Google reviews seem to agree with me. Unfortunately, every popular tourist site has those who try to scam or rob you, and the Zocalo has one particularly well-known scam to be aware of. They are people who try to lure you into other terrace restaurants on the same block as the Grand Hotel. While you walk under this arcade, they will try to get your attention with attractive-looking menus without prices, or by promoting the stunning view of the plaza from their restaurant. Often the food is mediocre, and when the bill comes, you'll be shocked by the hefty amount. And if you hesitate or complain about the bill, you will be surrounded by intimidating and scary individuals. So please be aware of those touts, and it's a good idea to check the reviews on Google before deciding to enter. In the next episode, we will visit more exciting places in the historic district, such as Palacio de Bellas Artes, Mercado de San Juan, and Mariachi Square. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and see you next time.
Sheila y compañía, pasen a la pista de baile, por favor.